welcome you to EFNEP's TFAT cooking show. I don't know about you, but I get so excited each month that I get my TFAT kit because there's so much in it. And I love the surprise, and I love taking it, seeing everything we have, and maybe adding a few fresh ingredients and other things from my pantry, maybe even other things that I hadn't used yet from the other TFAT kits, and coming up with dishes. So this month we chose split peas to feature. And I would imagine a lot of you, when you think of split peas, think of split pea soup. But I wanted to come up with a few other items that we could make with it. So we came up with a breakfast item, a lunch item, dinner item, and even a snack item, all using split peas. Now let's get started. We are gonna make a split pea pesto, and it is gonna be yummy and delicious. Pesto is a traditional Italian sauce that traditionally goes on pasta, but you can also use it on something called bruschetta, which is such a fun word to say. It's toast with the pesto spread on top, or other goodies like tomatoes or eggplant. It's a great vehicle to put some yummy, delicious sauces and vegetables on. That's just a piece of toast. But today we're gonna put it over pasta. But let's make the sauce first. Okay, so to start making our pesto, first we're gonna pick our basil. Picking herbs is one of my favorite things because the smell comes off of it. When I first started cooking, I couldn't believe that I was being paid to pick herbs. So it seems like a menial job, but it's something that calms me down and makes me really happy. So as often as I can, I try to pick my herbs. And that said, you may be thinking, I don't have access to basil, I don't want to go buy it, whatever. But I want to let you know that basil grows really well on a windowsill. So I like to have a few different herbs growing in my house so that I can pick them when I need them. Now that my basil's all picked, I'm going to put it back in my cup because I'm going to use it in a minute. So first, when we make this, we're going to start with our split peas. We're going to make a paste. And so we start with 2.5 cups of split peas that I've cooked and cooled. I just cooked it according to the package directions. So I've already measured out 2.5 cups. I'm gonna put 1 clove of garlic that I have chopped. I'm gonna put in 1 tablespoon of sunflower seeds. So as I said, we're gonna make a paste. So I have some water too. The recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna add a little bit now just to help make that paste a little easier. So this is a food processor. You can use a food processor, you could use a blender, and you can also do it the very traditional way using a mortar and pestle. And also, if you didn't have any of those, you could also chop it up. So, but I'm gonna use a food processor now, so watch your ears, it'll be a sec. We have a nice paste going. It's still a little chunky, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep pureeing it. I'm gonna keep blending it in my food processor. I may add a little bit more water too to help the food processor have a little bit more friction, so it grinds it up a little better. So one of the advantages of using water is that in the end we'll be able to use less oil, so it's a little healthier. Now I'm gonna add about 1/4 cup of fresh basil that we already picked. I'm gonna put that in there. Also about 1/2 cup of Parmesan. I'm gonna save some just in case. And a tablespoon of lemon juice. Right now I'm gonna add a pinch of salt, 2 pinches of salt, and also 2 pinches of pepper, black pepper. So I'm gonna chop this up and use your nose because it's gonna start smelling beautiful. In a second. Look at this beautiful color, look how bright that is. Remember the word bruschetta? If I was just gonna put it as a spread on top of that toast, I wouldn't put the oil in, and it's a really fresh, delightful topping for some yummy toast. But right now we're gonna add a little bit of oil. So we're gonna start with a couple tablespoons of oil, and then we may go up to 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup. So I like to watch what I'm doing, as you notice. That might look a little weird. But when you add oil to anything, you can make mayonnaise in a food processor or blender, and we can make the sauce. I always like to add the oil in a little bit at a time, and I watch to make sure that it's being incorporated before I put more in. So that's what I'm doing, it's like I'm meant to be toast. So that's making pesto sauce. Stay tuned, and we will make a pasta dish with this as well. So now, let's use our yummy, yummy basil pesto sauce. So as I said, we are gonna put it over some pasta. So in our TFAP kit, I had some whole wheat elbow macaroni or pasta. And so I was really excited. So I have cooked it according to the package directions and I've strained it. So it's ready to go for us. Then I went to my pantry and I found a whole bunch of vegetables to use. So a lot of them from the TFAP kit. So some canned potatoes, some corn, some tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, and then I had some frozen peas. So I love having some frozen vegetables as well because they're so easy to pull out of the freezer. So I had some frozen peas. And I like the peas because I'm making a play on peas, like fresh or frozen peas and split peas. Okay, so we have our nice warm pasta. We have our pesto sauce. I add my pesto sauce in at the end. And sometimes I talk about, I like to add vegetables so that everyone will eat more vegetables and it still tastes yummy. Sometimes it's hard to get enough vegetables in my diet, at least. Okay, so I'm gonna add the corn, the potatoes, and potatoes are actually a common ingredient in pesto pasta. In Italy, a common way to eat pesto pasta is with peas and potatoes, so that was the inspiration of this dish. And I'm gonna add some canned tomatoes, which adds a little bit of acidity to our dish, which helps in the summer months keep it light and fresh. Now I'm gonna add my pesto sauce. Big scoops of that. Oh, it smells so good. I'm gonna turn on my heat, so give me a second. I'm gonna warm this up a little bit. I'm gonna put the lid back on. It'll help everything warm up a little bit faster, and I can't wait. Wow, this smells so yummy and delicious. I'm so excited to try it. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful that is. Oh. Anyways, I don't think it's gonna need any salt and pepper. We put some in the pesto sauce, and we have some Parmesan cheese in it, so let's try it without any extra salt and pepper. Buenísimo, it is so good. I can't wait for you to try it. Please go to our website, let us know what you think, and please search for other split pea recipes. Take care, have fun, and enjoy. Bye.